What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for watching my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram at QueenLeCreations. Today we're going to get into these cotton candy triangle part twists on my sweet love hair. Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. You want to start off with a freshly washed and blown out head of hair with no product in it. So the next section we're going to take is in the nape area. And what you want to do is split the nape area in half from ear to ear, and you want the line to be as straight as possible. I just want to put out a small disclaimer that I do work in a salon, so there will be some activity in the back. So once you get a line that you're satisfied with, you're going to take your product of choice and moisturize at the scalp for sharper lineage. After I apply the moisturizer, I take the comb and I just spread the moisturizer throughout the hair just a little. Next, I'm just going to zoom in here so I can show you guys how I begin my parting for the triangles. What I do is part diagonal lines forward and backwards, connecting them at the tops and the bottom points to create the triangles. Even though it's nearly impossible to put straight lines on a curved head, you still want to make these lines as straight as you can because you need them to be accurate to connect to the other rows later. If you see, I go back in and I take out the smallest, slightest little bit of curve because I need these lines to be really straight. So for this style, we did use the Easy Braid pre-stretched hair. I still take the hair and stretch it just a tad because I like my ends frayed for better hold. I really like the Easy Braid though because it is very uniform, and as you can tell, twisting it down, I don't have to worry about any small hair sticking out. It's very smooth and very easy. I use a little bit of product so my fingers don't burn or get hot, but the hair is amazing. I love it. So here's a twist from beginning to end. If you watch closely, I do this weird little funky thing with the hair, but I'll cover that in another tutorial. So I went ahead and finished the row on out, and this is what you get when you put the first 5 on the first row. The middle one is slightly bigger, but you can't help that because that's the hairline. So for the next row, you're just going to repeat the same steps from row 1. Part at the top of the nape area from ear to ear. Apply your moisturizer, spread it through the roots, and begin parting. As demonstrated in my parting, you can see that I am connecting each line to the opposite line underneath it. Doing this helps keep the pattern, and this pattern you're actually going to follow all the way throughout the head. So again, you want to make sure you're extremely accurate, making each line as straight as possible. So little Miss Naomi decided to play with some colors, and she chose a blue to go with her pink, and it created such a cute cotton candy color look. So we just followed through in row 2 like we did with row 1, only with the blue hair. And here's a final look at that row finished full out. Here's a little bit of row 3. I went ahead and finished that on out. And like I said, if you stay extremely accurate and make those lines as tight as possible, it'll create this cool little star aspect, and that adds to the triangle parts. And we continued on with row 4, and it's starting to look really, really cool. Now when I get to the top, I always like to put a part in the middle so I never lose sight of the middle. But I'm actually going to start with the side part. I connected it to one of the smaller lines from the back, that way I don't lose my patterns. And I began making the triangles from there. So I went ahead and finished, and here we're just going to catch a little bit of brother-sisterly love. You know, when you both get your hair done, you feeling real fresh like. And no. So in the end, I'm just going to take my electric tea kettle with my hot boiling water and dip the ends of the twist into the water. This keeps the twist from coming apart, and it just kind of soothes the ends a little bit. So for my finishing touches, I add my foam and I go through the ends and I razor comb all the little extra frayed ends off. I still like a frayed look, so that's why I don't use scissors. But after that, we're gonna be all done.